Hey, welcome to another episode of Not a Real Podcast. It's Young Co.
And I'm Isha.
And I am excited for today. We're excited for every day.
We excited every day we record.
I'm going to stop saying that.
Why?
No reason. I just want somebody to be like, they'll say it, and then we don't say it, and then it trick them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
All right, well, we're going to kick this thing off, of course, with Peak and Pit because that's, you know, the highlight of our weeks.
Yes.
Sometimes the lows, but we talk to get through them. So,
Absolutely.
So, Latina, Isha, what was
me.
your peak and what was your pit of the week?
My peak. I'm trying to think of last week. I don't really
Fast. Everybody,
I know I had some peaks, right? Okay, so no. Well, it's kind of funny. I had therapy.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm going into this therapy session and I'm about to, people's ears is going to be ringing because I'm about to be dragging people through
Who did it to
It's
you?
just people that was aggravating me.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm just going to drag them. Like, it's going to be great. I'm going to be able to vent. And I get into my therapy session and it was nothing like that. And so she asked, like, it was the pleasantries. And then she asked me about a situation that I've been dealing with, like an update on the situation I've been dealing with what seems like forever. And so we're talking, and she was basically like, whatever you decide to do, whatever decision you make, like you're never going to be able to make that decision because you're getting it in your own way.
Okay.
And I was like, girl, you really need to read the room. That's not what I wanted to hear. So it was like good to just kind of like talk through it. And I realized some things and I've said things out loud that I never like said out loud pertaining to that particular situation. And I'm happy. So that was probably the peak of my week.
That's good.
Yeah. And then I know it was other peaks though. It's gonna come to me when we like throughout the conversation, I'm sure. The pit of my week. So in the last episode, I said, you know, Papa was hurt and he wasn't putting any pressure on his front left paw. Took him to the vet on a Thursday. And they was like, okay, well, maybe it's, you know, maybe they looked at his paw to see if there was like any entryway, maybe like some glass or a stick went up there. No, so now they got to do an x-ray. Okay, this is more money. And so they do the x-ray and his paw wasn't broke, but it was severely swollen. So he gets, no. So they put like a little soft cast on him. They had to sedate him. So when he came to, he was trying to bite the cast off. So he had the cone and he had 2 prescribed medications or whatever. Cool, whatever. $400 later.
Oh, baby, you better believe it. It's going to cost.
$400. I could not wait to call his call the insurance company to like put a claim in on his policy because
Absolutely.
What we doing? So then the first day, Thursday, he was out of it, coming out of the sedation. He didn't really want to eat. But Friday morning,
what was my boy back active?
I said, this is crazy.
Oh, so he was active.
He was back.
I know that's
For
right,
$400, you could have drugged that out just a little bit longer to make me feel like I at least got a pinch of my money's worth.
This gonna sound real fucked up.
Oh God, okay.
And I hate seeing my baby like in that after sedation state.
Cause it's scary.
It is. However, that be the most
Kodie, say it.
It just be such a blissful
Peaceful.
day. You ain't get on my nerves.
You ain't following me around. You just laying there.
I'm trying to go to the bathroom. You ain't, because you know his head is big. You ain't busting through that motherfucker. It is just the most peaceful thing. It does hurt my feelings though when I see him like that.
Because he wasn't, you know, Papa's very food motivated. He didn't want to eat. I'm like literally had like the peanut butter by his face and he didn't care. But it was just like, I can walk around this house. I can go to the door. I can open the door.
Like just right there.
He not trying to anticipate my next steps. Like you said, I could go to the bathroom and I'm not opening the door, walking out, and he just laying there. It was great. It was sad, but it was great. And then the Friday morning, he was just like, oh, bitch, I'm back. And then he realized that if he hit his left paw, you know, hard enough that the soft cast would start to come down. I go upstairs, I'm working a little bit. I come back downstairs. I'm looking at him. He looking at the cast because it's sitting on the side of him. Oh, I was hot.
So it's here.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be here.
But it's not.
Because he realized he could
just keep hitting his paw. I said, oh, for $400, you need to be sick. At least give me 2.5 days.
I love that dog.
Girl, I was
that dog.
pissed off. So that was the pit. $400 later. Yep. And this dog was back on his bullshit 24 hours later.
Acting like the paw never hurt from the beginning.
No.
And I know they gave him a few muscle relaxants probably, but...
He got some antibiotics and then some pain pills.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. What about you? You had a very good week.
I did.
What was the pits and peak of your week?
So the last time I was telling you I was preparing for Columbia, so we finally went.
How was it?
The whole trip was a peak. So it's not really a pit, but just to kind of give an overview of the trip. Yeah, it took, we had to fly for 12 hours. Basically.
I don't like long travel days.
And it wasn't, like, it wasn't nobody's fault. Delta had done switched up the flights or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was supposed to just be a straight flight to Bogota and then the last leg to Cartagena. But
you look really cute today. Like I like this look.
Thank you. Back from vacay look. I appreciate it, sweetheart.
Okay.
So we motherfucking had to get a plane by 9 o'clock. Had to fly to JFK. Yesterday, everybody had to tell me where the hell Columbia was relative to where the fuck I was in JFK, because I don't know where Columbia was. I thought flying through JFK made sense. I don't know.
To fly all the way up just to go back down to South America.
That was you then.
What? But where did you?
I don't know.
If you had to guess where Columbia was on the map.
Like, I don't want to.
But you didn't think it was like in Europe or nothing, did you?
No, I didn't think it was in Europe.
No, that's real. Okay.
If there's water involved, it's somewhere
by water
over here. Yeah, I don't know where.
Exactly. By one of them oceans.
Don't give a fuck which one.
No, that's real.
One of them.
Okay.
So we had to go to JFK. There was an hour and a half layover from there. Then a 5-6 hour flight. I might be making that up to Bogota, and then another hour and a half layover, and then another 2 hours, I think it is, or an hour to Cartagena. When I tell you we was beat, like day one was just, it was a dud. Because we've been up for this long, we don't get there till 9, 10 o'clock. Of course, you got to check in and stuff. Man, I'm going to bed. So the next day we end up, we went to like a club. We did a volcano ash bath where the clay, I told whatchamacallit today, I was like, when he was doing, because in the volcano ash, they give you massages or whatever. So when he was giving me a massage, he was fondling my titties.
He was definitely getting the cheap.
What? So I was telling my homegirl, Nick, I'm like, Nikki, this man's touching my titties. Nick, I'm telling you. So she laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck, Nick? Next thing I know, he took the nipple, he pulled everything.
Wait, what's in your nipple? Like he pulled your nipple, like he like was like, wait, why did he do that?
I looked up at him, he was smiling. Get the fuck
away. Why did you let him extend your nipple?
I did not let him extend my nipple. Do you know how fast it takes? Do you know how quick it is to extend a nipple? 1, 2, 3, go. Nipple extended. I was like, this is too much.
Friend, that is not okay.
It wasn't okay.
The word of the day is consent. Like, what the fuck?
It was not okay. But they gave you the clay bath, so then we also did, of course, the yacht. Got on the boat, and
because what's good? What good is going to work if you're not gonna get on the boat?
That part,
yeah.
Had some of the best fish food
straight from the.
Well, I'm sure it's fresh enough.
I seen y'all pictures. Y'all was eating fish with the head on it.
You know that's my thing, though.
Oh, red snap.
Yeah, I love fish with the head.
I can't do that. Don't bring nothing headed to my table.
Good. I love fish with the head. So we eat whole fish all week, coconut rice, vegetables, this, that, and the third. Like, it wasn't until probably one of the last nights that I actually ate at the resort and ate they had ribs or something, so I ate a rib.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But for the most part, the whole trip we eat fish. So that was the peak. The whole trip
and
was
the birthday
peak.
Girls enjoyed themselves.
Absolutely.
Good.
They all enjoyed themselves. They got some good pictures. I guess my only pit would be, I should have taken more pictures, but and that was one of the little affirmations and things that I've been writing out lately. It's like, okay, I want to be more in front of the camera. Yeah. But every time I be like, I don't feel like taking no fucking pictures. Y'all leave me alone type shit. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, one day I'm going to get there. Yeah. I'm going to take pictures.
Well, because you posted, you were like, not even just like I keep saying the nonprofit, the podcast stuff. You was posting, you go on vacation and people would not know you on vacation unless they see you on somebody else's picture. So you was doing good with just posting in general.
Half the stuff, I'm like, y'all send me that. Just send it to the group. I'm going to get it. So I'm not going to make a reel. I'll just be lying. But I do want to make a reel I want to try my hand at a reel.
Okay.
So, but
see what that's about.
Yeah, type shit. But yeah, so that was the peak. That was the pit. We had a really good time.
Wait, what was the pit? Well. The travel day?
No. The pit was just I want to get more in front of the camera.
You didn't get as many pictures as you probably would have wanted to, or that you told yourself you would.
There you go. It's not that I really wanted to. It's just like I told myself to get more.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it take a lot. But anyways, so that was that. But yeah, we had fun.
No, y'all look like y'all had a really, really good time.
Fun. It's always a good time. We actually, most of everybody with the exception of Jess actually went on a birthday trip last year. Lex birthday trip last year.
Oh, okay. Okay, so a repeat.
And good. Jess is fucking hilarious. So she can be on every trip here on out. Like, I fuck with Jess. Like, obviously, I know what it is to vacate with all the other girls. But
this is your first vacation with
Jess.
And that's good because you cannot vacation with everybody.
I love Jess. Jess funny as
shit. Yeah. No, that's good. Oh, that's good. So it worked out.
It worked out.
You know how people always be like, when girls go out of town on trips.
I never experienced that.
I've never.
I know it happens. I know it's a thing. I'm not from it.
It's for sure a thing. But I vacation with like the right vacation people.
Every time. God just know.
No, for real, because I have not had any issues with like being friends with somebody and coming back and it's like, we're not speaking.
I love when people understand like, you do what you do and we're going to do what we do. Even though we all came together, we're going to look out for each other.
Facts.
Like, they, go to breakfast pretty much every morning before we end up going to our excursion. And so Nick was like, oh yeah, you don't like breakfast? And I was like, it ain't don't like breakfast. It's just that if we got to prepare for something else, and I'm not everyday breakfast eater at home, I don't have to eat it every day on the resort. And and they were probably down there maybe eating some fruit here and there, just put something on their stomach. Yeah. But if I could take less time trying to just be necessarily with the group or go eat breakfast, and then I could just go straight to the excursion, and I know we're going to eat lunch in another 2 hours or so,
you don't gotta wait for me. Go about your business.
And that's what I'm saying. So as soon as I said it, she like, oh, okay, cool. Like I like when people understand when you're on vacation, you still can kind of be separated from the group a little bit, and then come together when it means the most. So that's why I really love about vacation with those folks that we did.
And those little moments alone, even if it's 15, 20 minutes where they're eating breakfast and you're getting ready to go on an excursion, that's your me time.
That means so much.
So it gives you a little bit of time to kind of just like recharge and like just be by yourself, because regardless of how dope your friend group is, that's a lot of personalities. I know, like, my friend, like, it's a lot of personalities. So sometimes it's like, okay, I need this moment by myself. I don't eat 3 times a day. I hate eating 3 times a day on vacation.
It'd be like a need. It just feel like it's always like a need. Let's go eat.
And it's like, leave me. I'm about to take a nap. Leave me alone. But I vacation with people who don't take offense to that, and they know, like, okay, Isha's not getting up at the crack of dawn unless it's one of those excursions. But I'm not gonna do that multiple days in a row. Yeah. And I'm not gonna eat 3 solid meals a day. So if I don't do breakfast, we gonna do lunch. We can do a dinner. But that's how it was. That's exactly how it was. That's all I needed was just a moment to decompress. And nobody was getting on my nerves. That's amazing. Just still, like, even if you can have the softest life, and you still gonna need a moment to just absolutely every single time step the fuck away. So that was good. We had fun. That's good. All right, so we're going to get into this. Because, baby, we're going to get into this today. Because there's a lot of chatter going on in the world right now. And I don't like it. I don't, because put some respect on big homie name. Period. Because not my husband. I love Shannon Sharp so bad. Is he married? No. Ugh. Let me tell you something, okay? I keep this empty for Shannon. I'm saying this in the most respectful way ever. That man has been chiseled to perfection. He been fine for a long time. A very long time. With the personality to match. Yeah, with the country, the country got me in the choke hole. I was looking at something he did one time, and just to see his fucking humble beginnings. Yeah. Like, he was like, we was here and we had no electricity. He didn't take a shower until, like, in a bathroom inside of a house until he was 21. Literally. Yeah. So you in the 80s and you going out in the back to, like, you didn't even know what indoor plumbing was. Like, that's amazing. He fine, though. Well, I don't know if it was electricity. I know it was plumbing, I think it was. Yeah. They didn't have plumbing or something with concrete. The house is concrete, so no insulation. Yeah. To come from those humble beginnings. Yeah.
And you was fine back then.
When you had to wash up in like a little tin bucket. Oh my God. I know he smell good now.
Oh, I know he don't never take a day for granted when he don't smell good.
He's so fine. That nigga.
Yo, just relax. Come on, let's breathe.
Respectfully, right?
Definitely respectfully. Even if he don't have a wife, he may have a significant other, so I ain't gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna even be.
She know if you exist,
and if you don't know, I'll tell you, cause baby. But and this is no knocks and nothing I may have going on, cause because I think I got carried away with saying that nigga so fine. So,
let's just get back. So, Big Homie is Steve Harvey. Let's just get to Big Homie.
Yeah.
So before you dig a grave that you
can't I'm
get
digging,
out of.
right? I'm digging.
Because then I say I left this shit empty as if somebody else want to put some shit on here.
No, let me say another thing. So last week, real quick, I knew I said like throughout the conversation I was going to think about it. So I'm on last week's episode, I was like, yeah, Papa's stepdad, ex-stepdad, whatever. So he checked me. He was like, ex-stepdad, like quit playing, like put some respect on my name. And I was just like, I know that's right, Sting. You better claim our baby.
I know you better clean that shit up too.
Family.
I know you better clean that shit up too, because you did a good job just then.
You said I brought it back? Yeah, I got to keep everybody. I want your household to be happy. I want my household to be happy.
Let's talk about households being happy.
Okay, so Shannon Sharp and Steve Harvey it was like a 2-hour interview on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
I gotta see.
It was great. And it was a clip that was floating around where Steve is saying, like, basically, like, the one of the things that's wrong with the younger generation of men, they are so quick to ask a woman, like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, no, worry about what you bring to the table, because it's a man's job to provide, because what she brings to the table, she can make another you. Oh, these niggas lost their mind.
No, they didn't.
Oh, my God.
One of the things they said was, yeah, but if she ain't got shit, if her character fucked up, if she flawed this, and it's like,
but if her character is fucked up, she's flawed, she's all of these things, how did y'all get to marriage?
How?
You didn't see that when y'all were dating?
How?
Those who get it.
Right.
So if people would have watched the interview in its entirety, what he said was like
what he said was
yes, it is a man's job to take care of his lady and his kids, his family. He's not minimizing what a woman can do, because a woman can be independent. Because Shannon Sharp was like, well, what about for the women who said, like, I don't need a man? And he was like, well, who don't need a man?
I want to talk about that.
Who don't? Like, men need women, women need men. And he was like, try to live without them. And he was saying that, a woman can be all of these things. She can do it on her own, but why should she want to?
Why would anybody want to?
Why would anybody want to? And it's like, I think maybe it's the messenger. And because for whatever reason, because we had a conversation, and the person we was talking to was like, well, he's been married 3 times, and I can't take advice from somebody. I don't want to take advice from somebody who's been married 3 times. And it's like, well, wouldn't that be the person you would want to
take advice from?
Because he been there, done that. And he even talking about his first marriage, he was like, he was young, he didn't have the resources, he just wasn't mature enough. And so he was the reason why that marriage didn't work out. The second marriage, yeah.
He had to take a shot to it.
Yeah.
He said, let me take a shot to this one. But that third one,
okay,
Mrs. Marjorie Harvey does everything and more.
That man said he can come home to peace in his house. He come home and he's laughing. He's able to recharge, and so he can then go out and face the world.
So when they say, or when Steve says, don't worry about necessarily what she bringing to the table. Not don't worry about it, but let's just focus on what you're bringing to the table. He's not. This is assuming that person has good character. This is assuming that person, they're loyal. They're loyal. All of these things. But to that point of, if you're on your third marriage, when you want to take advice from this one, let's just specifically focus on the third marriage. Sometimes it takes more than one time to get it right, and it looks like he got it right.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because how he speak on her.
Okay.
When he talk about
Okay.
marriage and what he can do for her.
Hello?
Okay, don't play with that man.
But people was losing their mind. But it's like, at the end of the, not even at the end of the day, I know guys personally who had a problem with the statement that was made, the little clip, and they, you know.
But why? What did they say? What was the problem?
I've seen like, well, I mean, you don't want to take care of a bum bitch. Well, then don't take care of a bum bitch. Don't start liking a bum bitch. And if you like her and you realize she a bum bitch, leave her.
Yeah, no, I mean,
this is but here, these are the same guys again, regardless of what they're like. Cause I know some guys that got money for real.
Right.
Some guys that's gonna go to work every day. They're gonna make it happen. If they need to work a little overtime to make it happen, they're gonna make it happen. And some guys who may not even be where they want to be financially, but their goal is to get to a place where they can provide for their woman, and if they got kids or whatever. All of these guys want to like make the load lighter for their lady. So that's why when the clip came out, I'm like, how are y'all even y'all mad about what? He's saying what y'all doing.
You watched the full interview.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the full interview. I was out of town. So
you was out the country.
I was out the country. But I didn't have to watch the full interview for me to understand.
Hello?
And you saying it's not the message, it's the messenger. But again, that same messenger has this wife that brings so much more to the table brings so much to the table. So how are y'all taking this one clip out of context? Even having not watched it, how are you taking this one clip out of context if the messenger basically standing by the message he's trying to deliver? I just don't understand.
I think we're really like rough. One, because people feel like, how can somebody who hasn't gotten it right yet give advice, dating advice or marriage advice? Because he is on his third marriage. But again, I'm not taking advice from somebody I wouldn't trade places with. I'm not taking advice from somebody who ain't never did it. So I'd rather take advice from a person who's been married, who's on their third marriage, versus somebody who ain't never even got to one marriage.
Here's the thing. I would trade places with Marjorie. I would trade places with Steve.
Either one.
So I would for sure take their advice when it fits my life, when it fits my lifestyle,
Absolutely.
my standards and stuff like that. I would for sure be a teacher. The student while they're the teacher. Yeah. Because they've gotten more than just the relationship right. Individually, their name holds weight. Yeah. And together, it's a powerhouse.
Absolutely.
So I will take the advice.
No, definitely. And I think when you're even like Steve or anybody else, when someone is talking about dating and love and all of that, you gotta take what works and then leave the rest. Like obviously everything he says is not going to resonate with you in your situation. But I think that any man that likes his lady, that loves his lady, if he's in a position to make her load lighter, he's going to do it.
He's going to, because
and that's
she's
all
always
he's
going to
saying.
make. But what women bring to the table a lot of times, just strip all the successes and all that away, is the peace. The peace, the nurturing. Yeah. We think differently than men in a sense where we want to make sure you're okay. Not that men don't, but we want to make sure we have more of that. Okay, I heard him. I heard this. So let me now act on that. He said he's tired. Well, let me make sure that tonight his bath is ran and stuff like that. So we do it more often. So you can strip all that away. And I want at least one guy to disagree that in and of itself not necessarily isn't enough, but it don't count for something.
So much so that in the interview, he also said that it was a house. Tyler Perry had built a house, and he was like, when Tyler Perry lived there, he was like, I want to live in a house like this one day. And then Tyler Perry sold it to somebody else, and then the house was back on the market. And so Margie was like in a house that was around the corner. And this is the beginning of the pandemic. And she was like, no, we're going to get you this house. And he was like, well, no, I was going to save up a little bit more. I was going to get you the house you wanted. She was like, no, you go to work every day. We're going to get you the house that you want. And he was like, baby, I don't think we can afford it. Right? It's the pandemic. Let's just hold tight.
Because I'm going to make a house a home.
Yeah.
So if we get what you want, you happy, I can make sure that you stay happy in this motherfucker and be good. But go ahead.
Period.
It's the
pandemic.
So
he was like, I don't know. And she was like, watch this. So she put an offer. No, he said, I don't think we can afford it or something along those lines. And she said, you must not know how much money you got. And he was saying, it's not because I don't check my accounts, but because I trust her and my lady know what's going on. they put an offer in. The realtor was like, he's not going to accept this offer. There's no way he's going to. It's too low. Margie wrote a letter like, my husband wants this house. This is what we're willing to offer, sight unseen. It's non-negotiable, and I hope this number does not offend you. On his mother's birthday, the guy called and said, you got a deal.
Don't play with God.
Now,
she don't play with a wife.
She could have waited and got the house that she wanted, but she knew that this is the house her husband wanted. And she said, don't worry about it. So when you talk about what you bring, when you got somebody that's gonna make shit happen, you don't gotta worry about what they bring to the table, because you know the table ain't gonna never go empty. You're gonna always have a plate on that bitch.
When you got somebody consistently fighting in your corner day after day day, when you have somebody that can realize what you're doing and say, I know I can't necessarily amount to that in dollars and cents, but I can bring so much more, you'll learn to cherish that person, and you'll learn to understand that Steve wasn't necessarily knocking men for getting women. You know, he was actually saying like, bruh, we know she has all these things, but you need to be protecting her. You need to be providing for her because she has all these things. When you do this, she ain't gonna do nothing but bring this at a force so damn fucking high. The frequency gonna be so damn high and make your life so much damn easier.
Because he said since he got with his woman, he been getting these business deals. He
said he can go home and laugh.
He's at peace. Do you know? Priceless.
Peace is priceless.
These niggas is cutting up about that clip because they not going home in peace. They paying all these bills and they fucking miserable in the house that they pay all these bills, and that's the problem.
And so you look at those women and say, you're not worth it, even though you can bring life into this world. If I was a man, I would want my woman to breathe life into me too.
Literally.
And so when you can bring life into a world and breathe life into me, man, it's a winner chicken dinner.
Winner, a chicken dinner. You ain't gonna join me?
I'm not, because I don't like it. You were here.
Okay.
It should have been mid-range.
I added too much funk.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, that's real. That's real. So when you, speaking of relationships and everything, because I'm not going to let nobody play with Steve. One, because I actually love him, but then two, he's from, hometown hero. What are the qualities that you like in a partner, or that you, like, what are your non-negotiables? Like, if you don't possess these qualities, we're not even going to make it past the talking stage, let alone get to being married.
Being respectful.
Okay.
Having just really good character and being loyal.
Yeah.
That's bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, not bottom. That's actually the top 3 things.
But minimum.
Because, you can teach somebody how to love you, but you shouldn't be teaching nobody necessarily how to, like, respect you or
being just a decent person.
Yeah. So it's like, okay. But I think that's like the bare minimum. Now, if I take it, the things that just make me happy, I love to laugh.
Yeah.
I love to make people laugh. So I want somebody that can, have a little friendly banter every now and then, or is a funny person. You ain't got to sashay.
Because you're going to do enough sashaying. Oh, I'm triggered. Whoa.
I'm going to work the room.
So you don't need nobody that's going to work the room with you?
It would be cool.
It's not needed.
But it's not needed. I had to come to that realization a long time ago. It's not needed.
Yeah.
Because I want somebody, like, when you feel comfortable enough to interact and socialize. Because I got the same group of friends. So we're going to be seeing the same people.
Yeah.
So I just feel like everybody have to warm up to people, even though I'm this huge extrovert. That's not going to be them. I'm okay with that. But you at least just got to be a good person, make me laugh. I do want you to have success. I do want you to be successful.
Within his own right.
Damn, took the words right out of my mouth. Within his own right. Because I feel like we should be eye level on the same playing field.
As far as finances go, or ambition?
No, just success, period. Because ambition. Success is ambition. Success is determination.
Yeah.
Success is all these things. I want you to be actively working at them, not just trying, I'm going to try.
Okay.
I want you to be actively working at it, because that ambition is what attracts me. The money will come, because if I see that you're serious about something, I'm going to push you.
Yeah.
And I have a pretty good, I'm business savvy when I put my mind to it. So I want to push you, and we can get there. But yeah, what about you? What qualities are needed? And then what are those things where it's like, oh yeah, this is, I like this kind of shit too.
he got to be a man
Sex
of.
is good.
This is
sex is really good.
No,
too.
sex for sure.
Okay.
This is another. I told you the peak and peaks was gonna come. This is all out of
Let
order.
it flow, baby.
So, and it's just speaking of qualities that I see in a man. So this past Saturday was Uncle Joe's birthday.
Oh, that precious.
I know.
Precious baby. I wish I would have got a chance to meet him in person, just shake his hand.
I know. So this is the second birthday that he's been in heaven. And so it was like as soon as, and I'm gonna tie it together, I promise. As soon as midnight hit on Saturday, I was just like an emotional wreck. Like it was just weird. And throughout the day, Saturday, I was just kind of in and out. I was like just emotionally drained. And I was thinking like, it's not because of because I got memories to last us a lifetime. I loved him. He loved me. I was his favorite. It's no secret. He was my favorite. It's no secret. But Uncle Joe had a way of making everybody feel loved and special in their own way. Like only a way that he could love them, right? And I think that's one of the things that I got from him. But he was a man of integrity and honor. Mm-hmm. He didn't bring embarrassment or shame to our family. Mm-hmm. He didn't bring embarrassment or shame to Auntie Val.
Or to his own fucking name.
Because his name hold weight.
Okay.
And it's not out of people fearing him. He wasn't no sucker by no means. But it was because he said what he said. He stood on it. And people respect him. Mm-hmm. So when I think of the qualities that I want in a partner, so that was a pit and peak. It was like, oh, dang. I'm sad he's not here, but our love was not selfish. Mm-hmm. It was the most selfless love that I've ever experienced. So
it wasn't limited.
It wasn't.
It's gonna last a lifetime and beyond.
Yeah. So if our love was selfless while he was here, then I got to keep that same energy, and I can't want him back for me. You know what I mean? Like he's in a far better place than I am. So like that's kind of got me out my funk. But the qualities that Uncle Joe possessed is the qualities that I look for in a partner. Just a man of like integrity and honor. And when people are like, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that's embarrassing. It's not so much that I care what people think, but it's almost like as my partner, why would you do anything to bring embarrassment to me, to us? Because Uncle Joe didn't do that. So like integrity, honor, a man of your word. You have to be a man of your word. And then just the things like that. But again, this is bare minimum. That's just being like a good person.
But still, those are like the top qualities.
Facts, yeah.
Because I can't not overlook that you are not a man of your word or you're not a man of integrity just because you're funny. Because that's where a lot of people get fucked up. So I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to make sure people understand we're saying bare minimum, but that's literally at the top.
It's at the top. And it should come standard just
that part.
Because of like, that's just how you are as a person.
Right.
But those because a lot of people, and I'm saying guys because I date guys, a lot of guys don't have that. A lot of guys are not like they
built
don't
that way. They not wired.
They
the
not.
same. Yeah,
they not built like that. They like.
And it's because so many people are trying to figure out what you have to bring to the table.
Come on.
That they're not understanding what I said. Uncle Joe wasn't gonna play on his own name.
That part.
So I love what you're saying. He's never gonna bring shame to the family. I love that he's never gonna bring shame to Auntie Val, but he wasn't gonna bring shame to himself.
His name. Because before he's a family man, before he's a husband, before he's an uncle, before he is a man.
That's it.
And if you don't have if your name cannot get you indoors, if your name cannot get you in places and get you to move around comfortably, then that says a lot. And so a man that like his name hold weight, and not because he doing some bullshit or because out of fear, just because people respect you because they know like you're gonna say what you mean, you're gonna show up, and you won't be on no bullshit. So those are qualities that I absolutely need.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
I love laughing. I like laughing.
I love laughing.
Man.
I like people that don't judge and like to have a good time.
I laugh at everything. At Uncle Joe's funeral. I was high as hell, cracking up. Like I love laughing. Just that's my thing. You got to make me laugh. We got to be able to have fun, and you gotta. I was thought I was dramatic, and if I am dramatic, just let me do my thing. And
so you haven't necessarily accepted the dramatization of it all.
I just feel like it's subjective, right?
Because you said if I am.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that you might think I'm dramatic. I can't argue that.
Okay, so do you think you're dramatic?
No.
Oh my God.
No, I don't think I'm fucking dramatic. I think that I react or I respond in a way that's warranted to every situation.
Even if it ain't a reaction to something, your ass is dramatic.
You think I'm dramatic?
Yes, it's cute though. I think it's cute. I wouldn't love you if you wasn't. That's a part of you.
Everybody is saying that, and that's so crazy. I don't see it.
So it might be like more objective than subjective, but it's cool.
Anyways, but yeah, outside, and you got to be a hard worker.
Yeah,
you got to be a hard worker. I don't necessarily need an entrepreneur or this business executive. I don't. Yeah. But you got to be a hard worker. You got to be able to like maintain whatever you got going on.
I can't sit here and lie and say I don't think about what somebody can bring to the table. And I know the clip that Steve was referring to was, really focusing on men. But I can't say that I don't think about what people bring to the table. But did you see the clip with Iyanla Van Zandt? Iyanla Feast My Life? I forgot who she was talking to. But basically she was saying, I don't know if you saw it. Okay, basically.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Boy, you talking about the bus driver?
Yeah, she was just like, she asked someone, would you date a bus driver? And the person responded with, not if he don't own the bus. So Iyanla then further say, okay, no, that's a problem. But she was just, her claim to fame was like, if he loves bus driving, if he loves what he's doing, and if he's a good person, everything is aligned morally, etc., then why wouldn't you love a bus driver? Now, this person, I believe, is an attorney, amongst other things. So when you said he doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, he just has to be a hard worker. He has to at least fill those shoes. Do you agree with what Iyanla is saying, or do you? And I don't want you, two things to be true at the same time. Shoot.
I will say this. I feel like a person should date who they want to date. If you have a list of things that if you only want to date the CEO or the founder and not the employee, then okay, cool. But I also feel like you have to bring something to the table, right? And this ain't even on no pick me shit, because people like, oh, she being a pick me. Niggas ain't even all that to even be a pick me. Like, let's be clear. Like, they cool, but they not even all that to like really just be like caping for them. But far too often we're seeing it's some women that are just killing it and making shit happen, and they got their own money, they got all of this. But we're also seeing a lot of women that have this high expectation of what they want in a partner. He has to have all of these things and check all of these boxes. And it's like,
Miss Mamas,
what?
Do you have
what?
Do you have?
He don't got a pocket to piss in or one to throw it out of. But he got to be making 6 figures a year. He got to be this tall. He can't have these many kids. He got to drive this. He got to live in this area. And you only paying $23 for rent. You don't
do with that information as you wish.
Do with it.
The $23 for rent. Do
and
with
again,
that information as you wish.
Again, no one is saying you can't have these
higher standards or expectations for yourself.
Yeah,
you can have them.
But
when the guy comes along and he checks more boxes than you can ever imagine, he just cannot provide for you financially, because I don't know why he would need to. You paying $20, but if he can't provide for you financially, that's like the part where you're gonna turn away.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm not picking a side, and I think that both ladies, both Iyanla and the young lady she was talking to, I think both of them can be right. Leading with that statement when you said, do what works for you, basically. But I feel like with Miss Iyanla, I do agree with the fact, like, if he can do all of these things, because she did point out, like, I'm not talking about somebody that's sitting on the couch playing video games all day. Again, the context don't necessarily need to be said, like in Steve Harvey case.
Right.
Like, we know she's not talking about the
bum.
Right. But, I feel like we do sometimes take for granted some of the more important things. that's gonna instill that longevity in a relationship versus like the what do you have today? Because you're not gonna be the same today as you are 5 years from now.
Facts.
What that young lady said was no, not unless he owned the bus. I did mention she's an attorney amongst other things, if I'm not mistaken. So I could understand why she would want somebody with the same drive or maybe in the same field or something that's relatable. When you come home, you know, what can we talk about? Do we even talk about work? Like, how do we decompress?
Yeah.
I don't know if the conversations... I'm tiptoeing here.
No, you tiptoeing. Say
Like
it.
a motherfucker. I don't know if they can have the same conversations every day and be fulfilled in that conversation. I've talked to somebody before, and I felt like at the time I was a little bit like the level was above them, and the conversations just
emotionally, financially, professionally,
professionally, financially,
okay,
success.
Okay.
Like we weren't on the same playing field.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna take nothing from that person.
Right.
Great fucking person.
Okay.
I was still growing, obviously. I was still growing, obviously. So I just felt like it is kind of hard to meet someone when y'all are not on the same playing field, especially when it comes to like, you know, success, career, especially as you're climbing.
Yeah.
But once you've gotten to a place of where you want to be, it might make it a little bit easier to accept maybe the bus drivers or whoever. Like, I'm just saying a thing. So I'm on both sides of the field.
I can see that. I just feel like, yes, you want someone that could, my thing is like, I want somebody that one can take care of them. Like you can maintain your own lifestyle. Do I necessarily need somebody that can maintain my lifestyle? No. Right? But, pause.
Okay, when I hope that right was fucking rhetorical, because I got a butt to go after that.
But I do want someone that wants
to help maintain
my lifestyle. This shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, in a relationship, do you want to be with someone that needs you or just with somebody that wants you? And when we say need, it's not like they're
dependency.
Yeah, like they're solely dependent on you for everything, right? But do you want to feel needed or are you okay with just feeling wanted?
No, I want to feel needed because I want to feel like I need my man.
I know that's right.
My man.
Bitch, your man left you for dead.
I'm sorry. Creature be making way. But I want to feel like I need my person, and I want my person to feel like they need me. And I don't know where we got off with this whole, I don't need you, I just want you. And I know a lot of people like, my mama taught me that. My mama never taught me that. My mama told me to stroke the nigga ego and to feel like you need him, even if you damn don't. Yeah. But seriously, like, that's what I desire, because I feel like me, and I got this from somebody else. They were just basically like, think of a business relationship. If you're in a business partnership with somebody, you might be good at numbers. They might be good at contracting and negotiating. And with that being said, it's like you can't do your job as effectively without that person.
Come on.
So in order for this business to run, in order for the wheels to turn, you need to, y'all are going to need each other. And it's not that you're not, a good business person. It's just that we don't all possess all qualities. And so with my husband or my man or whoever, I want to feel kind of that same sentiment. I'm not going to possess every quality. I'm not going to be the protector. I'll let you know that up front. I don't give a fuck. Y'all little girls is hard these days. I ain't protecting no nigga. You can protect me. I'm going to be a little bit more of a nurturer than he would. And so I feel like the qualities are going to bounce off of each other, and I want to need this person. I want to feel like as I'm growing, you're able to basically help me evolve. Yeah. And I think that's a part of me needing that person. Like, you're able to help me evolve. You're able to help right my wrongs. Just all of that. Like, that it's obviously that, okay, yeah, I want you, but I got to take it a step further. I need to need you. Yeah. I need to need you like I needed that damn comfort dick. Oh. Focus. Oh. Sorry. So what do you feel?
We can do a part two. You know what? For a very long time, I'm here because I want to be here, not because I need to be here. And I think that had a lot to do, again, my childhood. I'm like, damn, this bitch, was she ever happy? She's still recovering from her
First of all, my
childhood.
friend balled out of control, and she in therapy. So
Thank you. But it was, and I always feel like if you give a person the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you.
Right.
Because my thought of like needing somebody was rooted in like being able to like sustain my day to day. And so because I never wanted somebody to be like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have. That's why I was like, okay, you know, let me do everything the first for myself, and then anything a man do after that, it's
extra.
Yeah, you can't say I wouldn't have experienced this. It would just be more, you can do it on a bigger scale. So like my first designer bag, I bought it. So now, you know, moving forward, if you buy me a designer bag, it's like, all right, I bought my first. You can just probably do it on a bigger scale. First time out the country. You know, I pay for that trip. So now when you take me on trips, it's just, it's not the first. I bought my first house. You know, things of that nature. I never wanted a guy to be like, if it wasn't for me, you would have never experienced this at all. Like, so all of these experiences I did on my own. So whatever a man do, you can only do it on a larger scale, and I'm totally fine. And then, you know, life was like, okay, bitch.
Because I couldn't wait to interject.
Relax.
Okay?
Re-fucking-lax. Because, you can do this shit on your own, but back to Steve Harvey, why would you want to?
Why would you ever want
to? To prove what to who?
I don't want to.
To prove to a man that you can do, like you can do it on your own. If he gets to know me, he gonna know that I can do it on my own. But for that very reason, it's gonna be the reason why he don't want me to do it on my own.
But I can guarantee you that he was probably attracted to you because some men,
Yeah.
the ones that you're quote unquote searching for,
Yeah.
was probably attracted to you because they seen you and was like, she look like a boss bitch. Niggas know.
Yeah.
Niggas can tell by your walk.
Yeah.
When you walk in the room and all eyes on you, like I've seen that shit. That shit is powerful.
Yeah.
How a woman can gauge or grasp their attention. So they're gonna know that you can do it for yourself. They wanna be there to show you that you don't have to.
And those are the kind of men I like. Because
So the other, and I'm sorry to cut you off. You said it earlier. You was like, you got to a place of marriage, but you disregarded all these bum characteristics. I don't want to be with somebody that I'm looking at these bum characteristics. I only want to be with the ones that's really showing up.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So now I'm like, no, I need to need my nigga. Like
I want to need him.
I need you to change these light bulbs.
I need you.
I need you to take out the trash.
I need you.
I need you to tell me to tighten up if I'm lacking in any area.
Yeah.
I need you, you know what I mean? Like I need these things, and it's not because I'm codependent on them. It's because, like you said, like it's gonna be areas that I'm really strong in, and I'm gonna take lead on this. And then it's gonna be areas of opportunity and areas for me to grow that he might be, you know, this is his thing.
This is jam.
He got it, and I can learn from him. So no, that shit. I am a damsel in distress. Save me. Save me.
Even with my friendships, and I know sometimes we're a lot more lax on our friendships than we are on our relationships.
Yeah.
And so even with my friendships, sometimes I'll be like, man, I might pick up the phone, I need to talk to somebody. Or I might be thinking to myself, I really need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
I need you, for example, I need you to tell me where I'm right, or I need you to tell me where I'm wrong. I don't just want a friendship out of some of my friends. I actually feel like I need it.
To help me grow.
To help me grow.
Absolutely.
And like you said, it's not no codependency shit. I'm not dependent on it. But if I got you there,
it's a need.
It's gonna be a mutualistic relationship. I'm gonna need you like you need me, and we're gonna grow.
Yep.
And that's how. Yeah.
It got to be beneficial.
Yeah.
And
every time.
And again, beneficial is not always about money, right? I'm not a numbers person. You are. Bitch, I needed you to take them statistic classes for me.
And I feel like you probably should pay me for that, but
girl, please.
I'll send you an invoice.
Shit.
I need my money. I need my money.
Oh, I need your degree. Which one is
you
it?
pick.
But you get what I like. But like that's just an example of like needing someone. And I think people, when you say need, we think about
triggered
at its most surface level, right? Like need. I
can't do it myself.
I'm an independent woman. First of all, being independent is so motherfucking overrated. Let me tell you, it's overrated.
Hated it.
I want to get this shit back. I like when my friends, you know, you be like, okay, I bought a house, but then when your friend be like, but my husband, bought mine.
And now y'all all with your back up straight.
Yeah. And they not trying to be funny. Bitch, I like that.
Hell yeah.
I love that. Me trying to prove a point buying my own damn house. Silly.
Stupid. Never do it again. What's her name? EJ.
Oh, okay.
EJ husband bought her that house. That don't mean that that don't mean she couldn't buy her own house.
That means
EJ finances are straight.
EJ good. EJ go to work. EJ good.
And EJ she not no dumb girl.
EJ is far from being a bum bitch. Let's be clear.
You can't even put EJ and bum bitch in the same
It
sentence.
wouldn't even make sense.
But her nigga bought her house. Her husband bought her house. Bought them their house.
You get what I'm saying?
When it came to certain conversations, she was like, let me call you back and go talk to my husband. Absolutely, yes, ma'am. I'm taking notes. Click.
That's the life I aspire to have.
I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about all they wanting. And now, do you think that you could be independent in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that looks different for each relationship, right? So me needing my dude, it doesn't take away from the fact that I still got my own shit going on.
Yeah.
And I still got motion and I'm still doing this and I'm still dabbling with this and I got my foot in this. I'm still independent. It's not a codependency. I don't need, I'm not depending on him to feed me. I'm not depending on him to make shit happen for me because I can make it happen for myself. But I want him to.
But I want him to. And you'll hear some of the most successful marriages and stuff. They tell you, or just periods, don't lose yourself.
I'm not,
Because you need you.
Yeah.
As much as you need them, you need you.
I need me more than I need anybody.
You are nothing without your mental capacity. You're nothing without your self-awareness, that self-efficacy. Like you're nothing without those things. And that means you can't be anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
So you most definitely can do things for yourself. You most definitely can be independent in a relationship because you have to look out for you first.
Absolutely. No, and I think it's important. You have to you have to maintain, you have to take care of you. And you have to be able, you are your own person. Your partner
is their own person.
And then together y'all are adding to one another's happiness. So with or without a man, I'm happy. With or without a man, it's gonna get done.
That part.
You get what I'm saying?
That part.
So anybody that I'm with, anybody that I associate with, whether it's a romantic relationship or a platonic relationship, they're only adding to my happiness. They're not. I'm whole by myself.
Yeah.
I'm whole. So whatever you bring to the table or whatever you bring to my life, it's a bonus. It's an extra, it's the cherry on the top. But the sundae was already made. So I'm independent, and I still need.
Absolutely. No, because people are going to try to break down what you said, but it's the simple fact that, yes, like you said, the sundae is already made. You just bringing the cherry on top.
Yeah,
but
that's
if
it.
you're coming in my life, bro, I'm going to need for you to make sure, like, I'm going to need you to stand up to what the fuck I already got going on.
Yeah.
Because I can't be all these things and you're half of, because then I'm going to be trying to dumb it down to build you up. And I will help you build up because there are some areas that I'm going to be stronger in.
Right.
And then there are areas that they're going to be
You
stronger
might be the pilot for one situation and a co-pilot for another situation.
This is my winning season.
Hello?
And then your winning season. I always tell people, I hope my winning season is short-lived because, baby, I want you to win for the rest of your life so I can eat off of that. But again,
hello?
For me to have that winning season, there had to be some sense of like independency.
Yeah.
Something that I have or could do for myself that could support us.
Facts.
If we ever got into a place where we needed that support.
Yeah.
But I don't have to sit in that. I don't have to sit in that independency.
I don't want to be there long.
If I'm here, damn, all right, I got to do this shit. I got to make sure this shit works. Babe, I got you. Don't worry. We going to be good because everybody fall on hard times.
Yeah, for sure.
The degree is different. Everybody can't necessarily, like my heart won't be your heart.
Yeah.
But everybody gonna fall on hard times because life is just life.
Life, yeah.
And if you're on hard times and I know that I'm a little bit more stable, I'm gonna support you. So which means I have to be independent in that moment, or not even independent, but I gotta pretty much carry us in that moment. But again, I hope that shit is so short-lived. I don't want to carry.
I want to get back to our other life.
Yeah. Remember that time when you bought everything and I was just sitting here like this? And I want to get back to that.
But independency in a relationship also look like having your own friends and having your own hobbies and having having a life outside of this relationship, right? So when people get in relationships and they stop hanging out with their friends and they stop, you might have to alter Like, you might not be staying out till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning no more because you're in a relationship. You want to be respectful. But you still want to go out. You still want to kick it. We're going to still do brunch. We're going to still take girls trips. Like, that's also having that independency in relationships. And I want my guy to be able to have his independency, have your own thing. You don't got to be up under me. And I also, just like I need him, I want him to need me too. I want him to feel like, damn, okay, this is her lane, whatever this particular thing is. Like, I need her, I know she gonna make it happen. I know she gonna do whatever, or I know she gonna say the right thing or give the right advice, or I know that I can bounce this business idea off of her. Like, I want him to need me and trust that I'm gonna always have his best interest and our best interest.
2 things. 1, ego and pride. Men, like, they kind of weigh heavily on their pride.
Yeah, for sure.
And so if ever you're in a between a rock and a hard place, I want you to be able to drop that pride because I got you. Yeah. Like, it's some people, and not just men, it's just some people that it's really hard for them to ask. It's really hard for them to and it's probably because they don't trust a lot, but I want that person to need me so much so, especially that black man to need me, to where they can drop their pride and say, baby, I need you. Yeah. Like, that shit feels so good. Second thing, ain't nothing sexier than a man with his independence. When he got his own friends. Ooh. And they can go out, they have their little beers. Yeah. Oh, baby, I'm going to such and such. Now we just going to be in the man cave tonight. It ain't nothing sexier than a black man. Because this is what I know. It ain't nothing sexier than a black man.
Get out my face and do your own thing.
Go ahead on. Yeah. Give me a kiss and smack my ass before you leave. Like that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, love it. No, but for real, like I absolutely love it. Yeah. Now, okay, so now we done talked about what we like, all of these things. Marriage. All right, are you marrying for love alone?
No.
Yeah.
No.
People look at me like I'm crazy when I say that.
I'm not marrying for love alone.
Love ain't enough.
It's not. It is a hell of a lot.
I'm not marrying if I'm not in love.
But your question, because we need the people to understand.
We need the people.
Love alone.
I'm not saying that trust me, the man that I marry is going to be a man that I love, that I worship the ground he walk on. I love his dirty draws. I need people to understand that. But I also need them to know it would never be just because I love his dirty draws and I worship the ground he walks on. That's not why I'm marrying him. I'm never marrying for love alone.
In the previous episode, I said I differ maybe from a lot of people, or maybe I'm just saying it a little harshly, but I feel like you have to bring something to the table. Well, you have to bring... Well, I have expectations for my friends. Yeah. Which means I have expectations for my husband.
Absolutely.
That stems outside of just love.
And I think when you are very clear on your expectations, and when you get somebody that meets your expectations and surpasses your expectations, you don't got to worry about what they bring to the table.
Come on.
They're meeting. They're
a man of honor. They're respectful. They are loyal.
They don't bring shame and embarrassment to us. They don't bring shame and embarrassment to their name.
Those are the
They're going to go to work.
Yeah.
These are the expectations.
And far too often when they talk about bringing stuff to the table, and I'm kind of trying not to use the words intertwine them or whatever, but when they talk about bringing stuff to the table, a lot of times it got like a money stamp on it.
Okay.
When you're very clear on your expectations, the other shit follow.
I don't even got to worry about what he bringing to the table, because I know the table gonna be set every night.
Every night.
And we're gonna eat good every night.
Every night.
I'm not worried about that.
Every night.
I'm not worried about that. So no, I'm not married. I'm marrying for marriage alone. I believe that marriage is a business transaction.
That part.
I believe that, and so much so that you have to sign a contract.
That part.
You can't just walk away.
Nope.
A judge got to tell you.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm married,"
and then I'm done.
You got to go to the courthouse and get that paper.
Because that judge got to tell you, okay, well, who getting what? Yeah. Who getting what? Separate. Okay, now y'all are legally separated. So it's a business transaction.
It's definitely.
And I'm not saying that the person I marry has to, again, he doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. He doesn't have to want to go in business. We don't have to be co-owners of anything. Mm-hmm. But in our household, we're going to run our household with love, but also like a business. Mm-hmm. Every business, you got roles and responsibilities. You got expectations.
You got a standard of operation
procedures. Okay? It's going to be full of love. It's going to be full of care. It's going to be full of laughs.
But I'm going to run a tight ship.
And I hope he want to run a tight ship.
Because
when it comes to this household,
I don't know what y'all do over
as far as me and my household, not only are we gonna serve the Lord, but we gonna run it like a business.
We're gonna run it like a business.
For sure.
Because successful, you wanna work for the companies that are successful. You wanna be in those positions because you see, okay, well they doing this. What is it? The manager's cool. They not, what is the term when managers on your ass all the time?
Micromanaging.
They not micromanaging.
Come on.
You want to work for those companies because
they
you
had
see
a profit
the benefits
of, okay, oh wow, they bonuses. Because remember that one year we had everybody was walking away with 5, okay?
I done seen people work at the same company with me. They go to another company. I'm like, well, how is it? It's so much better over here because they're running their business like they should to keep you and make you love it. You love this company. I love being here. I love it so much because how they're running their business is what got you loving it.
And you love this company so much, you're going to do whatever it takes to ensure that not only do you stay in this company, but you're able to move up. So if I'm gonna work hard for somebody else, or if I'm gonna work hard for this podcast or for the nonprofit or for whatever else I got going on, the very least I can do is apply that same mentality with my relationship. If I want us to continue to grow and to be better than we were the year before, not saying we're gonna sit down and have an annual review, but if I want to reflect on the previous year to see what I've done, I gotta put some work in. And if I'm flexible at my 9 to 5, if I'm wearing hats and titles that I didn't necessarily sign up for in my day-to-day duties and expectations, I gotta have that same mentality in this relationship.
When I go home.
Okay.
You
get what I'm saying? So if you can work hard for somebody else or for yourself, the very least you could do is work hard for your relationship. And that is why I say it's a business.
It's a business.
It just so happens
love is a part of it. Yeah, well, that part
my coworker.
Well, yeah.
You know.
You are doing that.
We HR, we payroll, we the recruiter.
Like a business.
It's like a business.
If you would have said that at a business, you would be fired.
No, for sure.
Screwing my coworker.
Yeah, screwing my coworker. But no, that's why I'm never. I'm standing on it. I'm never marrying for love alone. Anybody that I've ever dealt with on an intimate level, no,
they know.
It has to because I can't call the mortgage company and say, well, this nigga love my dirty drawers
because they're gonna be like, well, that's cool. Cool story. You still owe us your mortgage.
Facts, right?
Because they got a business to run too.
And because they want to be profitable, if they want to be successful, they're going to do what they got to do to get the money out of me. So I got to work over here to make sure he give me the money so I can get at him. Because again, I'm done being independent. I need him to pay this.
Producers,
boo, tomatoes.
I hope they don't clip that. He go viral for some these dumb bitches.
All mooching ass, gold digging assholes. I'm not a gold digger, but I ain't fucking with no broke nigga. I can tell you that part.
And I'm going to stand on that one. So, all in all.
It's okay to need your partners.
As we wrap this thing up.
It's okay. But also be a person that's needed.
There you go. Because your requirements cannot, or I fucked that up.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Go ahead, help me out. No, go ahead, help me out.
Because I think you were trying to say you can't demand or require what you don't have.
More than, there you go.
I'm not going to ever require something from somebody that I can't bring to the table.
There you go. There you go.
I might not want to bring that shit to the table.
But I can't.
But I can.
From them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can, I guess, but
yeah.
You ain't going to get far.
You not.
Because they going to be like, bitch, what you got?
What you got?
I had somebody tell me that before.
He asked you what you...
Your boy?
What he had?
It was years ago.
What my boy say? Then we gonna leave on this. I love him so much.
I can't remember what I was yelling at him about, but baby, I was doing my thing.
Okay, what you taking it?
You don't do such and such and such and such, and nah. I'm saying I was going in. If I knew the context, I would definitely tell you. I would tell y'all. But baby, all I know is once I got quiet and he got quiet, and he was finna walk away, then I was like, he just stopped. He turned around. You don't even be doing the shit you asking me to do, so why you sitting up here tripping? And walk fuck out the door.
On your whole ass.
I was like, Titi, this nigga just said, he right, but
how the fuck?
But that was my first reality check into that.
Yeah.
And I respect him and appreciate that he said that to me.
Yeah.
And I respected him after he walked out that door even more than I did before I was yelling at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I respect you. Appreciate that, big homie. Because I know I'm not pulling that card again.
Yeah. Yeah, he got your heart. I know that's right.
Yeah,
Shout out to my boy. Because sometimes you got to keep these hoes in check.
Gotta keep it on.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to take it back to that ex-stepdaddy thing.
We just...
I'm a hating asshole. You should not be friends with me.
We just cleared the air. I'm talking about he mentioned it and then like, I think like later on that day or the next day, he came back like, you really like, and it's like, I feed Papa. I clean up his shit. I walk Papa. I do these things. I take him out. But when he see this man, he gets so excited. He pissed, excited P. And it's like, all this nigga do is throw the ball with you.
That's it.
And he love him down. I was like, all right, you got it.
I want to feel like I need my man like Papa need Shawty.
His stepdaddy.
His stepdaddy.
I can't say ex-stepdaddy. I might get...
You had to get your head knocked off.
Between the wall and the washer.
I need my man like Blue need his father, okay?
So what you trying to say, your baby better than mine because he got his daddy, his original daddy in his life, and my baby got a stepdaddy?
Just saying, he not looking out the window wondering when he coming back. He know his daddy gonna be.
Listen, then we're gonna be done.
We gotta wrap this shit up.
No, we gotta wrap it up. Look, he gonna say, why he be acting like I ain't gonna come back from the store? I was like, my nigga, you was gone for 5 months.
You was gone.
My baby was used to seeing you at least 5 days a week, so not seeing you for 5 months. You did not come back from the store.
Now has trust issues.
My baby got PTSD.
You have to learn. You have to regain his trust.
He trusted you.
It ain't gonna be nothing for him to regain it. He probably already got it back. Just by showing up, because y'all cool right now. So like just by showing up.
No, literally.
Yeah.
You can't tell him nothing about his stepdaddy.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
We love y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Realest, Not a Real Podcast.
And we hope that y'all need us like we need y'all. So
no,
make sure
y'all.
No, for real. So make sure y'all like and subscribe because we need y'all.
Matter of fact, keep the cameras rolling. Let me tell you how much I need y'all to play.
No, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, like, seriously. And we will catch y'all next time. I'm Isha.
And I'm Young Cole.
Bye.
Peace out.